Hello Leo, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you're connecting with on a romantic level. What it is that they are feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. So this is someone who may have been in a relationship with you in your past. It could be your present. This could also be a situationship. For others of you, this may just be a very strong, energetic connection, which it is. This is a past life connection. And no one's really speaking up, but you know there's something special there. Also, for those of you who are new, my method of reading is slightly different. I do channel through my higher intuitive self, I always have, to get the answers that I need. I do not rely or channel through any spirit guides. I never have, and there are certain reasons for that. Wow, somebody has been used sexually. Not good, not good. Wow. Okay, sorry. This combination right here, very strong. All right. I also wanted to mention that at the end of this reading, I do channel Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, as well as Uriel, to provide you with some clarity, some advice regarding your particular situation. Now, what I wanted to mention is sometimes it's a little confusing to know who I'm talking about here. Many people ask. So, who I'm talking about is the first person that comes to your mind when you think of somebody who you want romantically. Who is that first person? But you have to have a connection with that individual too. This has to be somebody who's still a bit recent, not somebody from 20 years ago that you haven't even heard from in the past 20 years, for example. There have been people like that. So the other thing is, sometimes if you are just doing your everyday thing, you may not have a relationship, your person of interest may also be thinking about you, and that comes up in these readings as well. Just wanted to let you guys know. So mostly, this is supposed to be your person of interest feelings and emotions, but this could also be yours specifically because of this card that you got now. This is the past life card. This means you are either twin flames, soulmates, karmic partners, even, maybe even more, but the top three strongest I've seen is that. Also, some of these cards may be vice versa. Some of you may be feeling these emotions, as well as the cross-watcher. Simply because this card as well, when you have a spiritual connection, you are mirroring the other person. And with that, the energy is also very much duplicated. The first card is the strongest we have here. Mystery followed by illusion. Victim. Then we have relationship. Illness, wellness, creativity, sexuality, crossroads, and then we have centering under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Leo, I don't know why you've come into my life. Why now? Why not before? Why not long ago? And why not far into the future? I question the heavens. I question the universe. Because I wonder what you are supposed to be doing in my life. Are we supposed to be together? Are we supposed to break apart? In you, I have found somebody who has a very strong connection. A spiritual connection, sometimes I feel. Even when I'm doing something else, thinking about someone else, busy in my own world, I end up thinking about you. It's inevitable. I feel that it is. What I also feel strange about is this feeling that I get when I think about you. This familiar feeling, as if I know you. I've known you from before. I feel at ease. I feel comfortable with you. I feel at home with you. I don't feel like this towards anyone else. My feelings are different towards you. You may wonder why I hide behind a veil, behind a false mask, why I am embarrassed. You don't know that I am, but I am embarrassed for what I've done. I feel shy and timid, not so great. The things that I've said and done, the way I've acted, I don't feel really good about it. I know it was wrong, but I hide. And I don't talk to you. I don't tell you how I feel. I just pretend like it's all okay and nothing exists. I'm not affected. But the truth is, I am. Simply because this is a very spiritual connection. I also feel that in this connection there's this sense of victim mentality. I victimized you. And that's the truth. I overindulged. I took advantage. I took you for granted. And at times there was emotional, sexual manipulation. I got what I wanted, but I victimized you. And because of that, now there is doubt, there is fear. I wanted to concentrate on this relationship as a relationship, but I feel now that I have ruined it because of what I've done, because of the way I have acted. I also feel that in this connection there are things that are weighing me down. Not only from this lifetime, but things from the past. From my past life. There's certain emotional trauma, certain problems that I have faced. Certain things that I still go through. I still see it. I still sense it. I still go through it. I'm not sure why things are the way that they are. But they really shouldn't be this way now. And I realize that. I see that. I also feel that in this connection, in this lifetime right now, there are things that weigh me down below the surface of this water. This life that I lead. Responsibilities. Burdens, restrictions, constraints. Other places, other things that I am committed to. And I can't let go. It's not something easy for me to do. The circumstances that I'm stuck in prevent me from being with you the way that you would like me to. Can I overcome this? No, I can't. It's a part of my lifestyle. It's a part of who I am. And I find it difficult to let go. Do I want to create something with you? Yes, I do. Something that'll be beautiful, long-lasting for the world to see. I feel that in this connection there is so much potential. But because of the things that I've said and done, and the way I've treated you, misused and sometimes even abused, I do feel that this is not right. The things that I've done, I need to mend my ways. I need to fix that. I want to create a web of friendship, and of something more. But I'm unable to do so because of the feelings that I have right now. I understand that I've used you in a very physical way. I have fantasized about you. I have wanted you in certain ways. And when I have had the chance, I overindulged. To the point where it became a toxic relationship. Only about lust, and that's it. Nothing beyond that. Nothing with any substance. Treating you like an object. And now I'm at a crossroads. I'm at a crossroads thinking and wondering, waiting to see where is it that I go. Where should I go? What should I do? Should I be with someone like you, but is it for the wrong reasons? Should I see beyond the physical and see that there is a spiritual connection? Once again, I'm at a crossroads with you regarding a relationship. Overall, I feel that there is a spiritual connection between us, and that you are somebody who has been sent into my world to change me in so many ways. You ground me, and you don't even know that you do. In so many ways. You make me feel whole, you make me feel special. I want to be that person that can have this equal give and take and a better balance. We are like the yin and the yang. If I'm the moon, you are the sun. We come and go and we dance in perfect harmony. And I can always depend on you to rise, even when the sky is the darkest. Because that flame that burns bright inside of your heart, I know it's passion. I know that fire. But I also know, because of what I've done to you, that flame may not burn so bright. And that is my fault. I have changed that. Going forward, I do want to make things better. And I know I need to make a decision. My problem is, I just don't have the courage to do that yet. So I don't make a move at all, and I keep my distance. All right, Leo. A lot has happened, guys. Some of you, this is not going to resonate for everybody. It's a general love reading. But whatever's going on here, you have here some cards that talk about manipulation, overindulgence, being taken advantage of. Somebody here's been used. It could be abuse. It could be manipulation in any type of way. I'm also getting the word useless. Somebody felt useless because they only felt that they were good in the bed, and that's it. They didn't feel that they had worth in other aspects. So, yeah, that's, sorry. That's something that's really difficult for some people. If you are in a relationship, and even the one before that and the one before that, if you have only been that person, you are the cross watcher, who has been in a situation where it's very much sexual, very much physical, and you think that your value only comes from that. It is inevitable that that's how you are going to think, but that's not all you. Otherwise, literally, you would just be a private part. right? You would look like one, you'd walk like one, you'd sound like one. You are not just that. You have an entire body, personality, your mind, body, spirit, your soul, your spirit, all that stuff. All of those make up who you are. The problem is, you, cross-watcher, Leo, there is a situation here where the lust was so much that the rest of the person, character, personality, all of that was being ignored. And it is extremely difficult to be in a relationship like that because either both will not be able to commit and move forward, or one will be, and the other may just decide to leave. Here we do have a situation where the situation between the both of you, the connection became so bad that the circumstances this individual was going through, it started to bring them down, and now they're hiding from you because they feel that they've manipulated you. Do I see guilt, remorse, and regret in these cards? No, I don't, and it's very important to have that. We'll have a look if some of the other upcoming cards have that. If this individual does, then it's worth trying to see if this is going to move forward for yourself, if you want to see. But if this person is not feeling guilty, if they don't have the hermit mode, if they're not learning from their mistakes, then it is going to be an extremely complicated situation, and it will be a repetitive cycle. Person needs to know how to ask for forgiveness. A person needs to know what they've done wrong and what is it that is right. Interesting. So, we do have here the Two of Coins. You did have the Illness Wellness card, which does talk a lot about burdens and restrictions, constraints. This is slightly from the same, let's just call this like a cousin card. It's very much talking about being overwhelmed with so many things that an individual cannot focus on one thing, but their energy is scattered. Here we have the Two of Coins and the Three of Staves. With this deck, I look at any particular reason why the situation may have gone downhill in the first place. What happened that caused a problem? Now, if there is anything that has, these two cards at the very least will give you a better understanding why things went downhill. Things may have seemed okay and very promising in the beginning, but then things changed. These cards I read in the reverse. Some of you may have not gotten closure. Others of you, you may have been ghosted. Some of you may just have these once in a while text messages or this really scattered and scarce communication. Maybe a text message once a month, for example. So it's not as frequent as it used to be. And you may be the one who's always initiating, who's always wondering. But somebody here does feel like they were overly used, in the sense where it made them feel a lack of worth for who they are. We have here the Two of Coins. Let's have a look at that. It talks about, traditionally, it talks about choices, juggling, and balance. Now, in the reverse, this would mean not really having those choices, not being able to juggle, and not being able to find a balance. Here it talks about taking too much on for now, or taking on too much for now, and feeling overwhelmed by demands, overcommitting oneself. So that does mean this person has overcommitted, and they are overwhelmed with the demands that are being put upon them. They may have promised a person a thing or two. They may be taking care of a sick loved one. They may have bills to pay, so they're doing extra jobs on the side. Things like that. They are very overwhelmed, and they are trying to juggle things. So, there may be something to do with a home, a family member, taking care of kids, paying debt, right? Certain things that are extremely important in this person's life, it is weighing them down. On top of that, some people out there, this individual, a cross-watcher, may have added on more responsibility. At the time, they could have handled it. But now when this situation came about, now they're realizing they can't handle those things anymore. And everything that they're doing, it just appears to be very overwhelming. Many things are changing here in terms of the mindset. So it definitely talks about overcommitting oneself. This person is spread far too thin. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing a gum, like a chewing gum, and it's being pulled apart. And you know, when you pull it, the very thin line right there, right, in between. At some point, the limit is beyond what it can bear, and it will snap and it'll fall down. And that's what I'm seeing here, that this person has overcommitted to so many things, projects, people, tasks, responsibilities, burdens, all of these things, to the point where they're just overwhelmed and they can't deal with it anymore. That is their issue. That's a them problem. But it should tell you here that the reason why they're not able, or rather unable, to be with you, especially at that time, was they were extremely overwhelmed with a lot of things that were on their plate. We also have here the Three of Staves. Let's have a look. So here it talks about this person had plans. The problem was that their plans were not grounded in reality. They were not practical. And because of that, there were frustrating delays. Now, of course, if this person's overwhelmed with other problems, with other tasks, responsibilities, how are they going to make plans with you? There will be frustrating delays. And the most important part here, it talks about that the plans were ambitious, but they were not grounded in reality. They may have said many things while they were doing other things. But in just saying, right, there's action speaks louder than words, right? So that's the problem here. This person took really no action, but they were always talking, they were always planning, but it was not in reality. It was not practical. When the time came to actually conduct it or do it, it just wasn't practical. So this is something that happened with this individual, but I can see the reason why. It's because they actually had too many things on their plate. There's so many problems people go through, right? Health issues, going back to school, university, whatever. Taking care of a sick person, right? And, I mean, dealing with a divorce, a separation. Taking care of the kids after separation. Like, there's so many strange things that all people have to go through. And it truly becomes, in a way, a burden, but also a responsibility. And sometimes we don't like using the name burden. It's a very terrible word, especially when it comes to children. Never tell your children you're a burden. It's a very bad thing to say. Some people do. The problem is, this individual did not have the time, energy, or effort to give to you. And they would say it, but they wouldn't do it. Because when the time came to do it, it was not practical. It was not real. It's not realistic. So we do have a little bit of an issue here when it comes to moving forward in this connection and trying to give you the time and energy that you really needed. Okay, let's have a look. I have here the Beginner's Tarot. So from here, I'll be looking into any type of actions, any plans, or any intentions your person of interest may have towards you. Ooh. This person could be in a third-party situation with you. There could be 3 people, there could be 4 people involved in this entire connection. Wow, could be work-related affair. That's very specific. Some of you are not going to relate to that. Strength. Not bad. The only problem here, Leo, I do not see this person repenting. I don't see it. I don't like it. This person's got a little bit of pride and ego, and they think they can still get away with it. Not good. It's not healthy for you, from what I'm seeing here. Here we have the Ace of Swords. This person does want to cut to the heart of the matter and talk about what's on their mind. Here it talks about brilliance. It talks about... I'm getting the word variant. I have no idea. Variant. But it's something to do with this, also with this person's personality. They have a different way of approaching things. Their mind is not like yours. Here, it's like a battle of the minds. How you think versus how they think. And yes, they do want to talk about the truth, but they're very blunt. They don't, like, they're tactless in a way. They don't have much tact. Now, we also have here 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords, it does talk about how in this connection, this individual feels that they want to be with you, but in reality, they are restricted in a way, either by themselves, through people, through an organization. They are not allowed. They are forbidden to be with you. So that's a very strange situation. Whatever they're going through, they're going to try by hook or by crook. They're going to trick other people. And they're still going to be wanting to come to you. Wow, they are so sexually addicted to you. Good Lord. It happens. It happens. Sometimes when you have this connection, which is so sexual that it becomes spiritual because of the intimacy, it is very difficult to differentiate the both of them. It's in India we have many people know Kama Sutra. Yes, very famous. But they have temples in India, and the higher up you go, the more red the rocks and the stones that they've used for those gorgeous temples, the sculptures, the more red they become. But the point is here, there is a spiritual connection when you are intimate. The thing is, before, this person was very lustful. Now they're starting to realize that I can get to the spiritual connection through intimacy. There's a different approach. The problem is, guys, I don't see much of an emotion here. That's the issue. Now, we also have here 3 of Pentacles. The 3 of Pentacles, it talks about, to me, this situation where we have these individuals, other people as well, yourself and this person. They are starting to have a crush on you. They're starting to fall in love with you here. There is that. There is that. The love part is coming here. If you have some type of an association with this person through an organization, you could be working with them, or you could somehow know them through someone else. This is that type of a connection. But the problem is it's forbidden. And that's what creates the problem here. For them, it's forbidden. For you, it might be. Maybe it's not. But do you have that freedom? You know, some of you may be in a third-party situation, and it's very difficult. How are you supposed to celebrate things? How are you supposed to go off to places if you're with a person that's already committed to somebody else? It is such a crap show at the end of the day when you get involved with someone like that, because it's beautiful in the beginning. The endorphins, the adrenaline is amazing. But in the end, you end up getting stuck with a person. They're home, enjoying their family dinner on whatever festival or occasion, and you're home alone. Why? Because it's forbidden. So sometimes people get into these situations. Here I do see this card typically talks about falling in love with somebody who's at work. This card talks about cheating. So something is happening here. Now, if that is not the case, doesn't have to be for everybody. The other storyline I'm seeing here is that there's something within this connection that is restricting the both of you from being together. Could literally be a contract in terms of people who are working together. Maybe there's a clause in the contract you're not allowed to talk to somebody from a different company because they're a rival company, and so you cannot date, you cannot have a relationship. They do have these things, which I personally think, there shouldn't be restriction, but it is what it is. There's some people out there that do manipulate others to get information from other companies, and that's just wrong. Manipulation part comes in then, right? But here we have a situation also where you have a person who simply wants to manifest something with you, who wants to build on something with you. What do they want to build? Relationship. Because you did have the relationship card here earlier in your reading, the first set of cards that I saw. So you do have this desire and this connection to build this relationship. Your person of interest has that. The issue I'm seeing, guys, is the fact that it's a sneaky behavior. Okay, it's sneaky behavior, so you have to be a little careful. They may say things, they may do things, and it might not be 100% truthful. Do they have affection for you here? I do see that, yes. But are they able to give you their 100%? I don't see that. Sometimes people also hide things from another person just to protect them. This card could also indicate that too. Either way, it talks about secrecy, so just see how that resonates with you and your personal issues that you have. Here we also have the Page of Cups. Now, notice it's a page. We do not have a knight here. We do not have a king here. We just have a page. Now, why a page? You remember you had the illusion card earlier, right? The illusion card talks about feeling shy, feeling embarrassed, feeling timid. Of course, this person's going to come back into your life. Yes, they are approaching you. They will approach you. Yes, they are. In a very sneaky way. But they're not going to approach you as a king and not as a knight. They're going to approach you as a page. Somebody who doesn't really have a lot to say, but they're going to try to get their point across to you anyway. They're going to give it their best shot. Here, this person may come off as someone who is very embarrassed, very shy, not so bold when they speak or when they communicate. What's really interesting here, Leo, your person of interest before did not have the strength to be with you or to reach out to you the way that maybe you would have liked them to, but they are gaining the strength to do that now, and that's wonderful. They're gaining the strength. For a small portion of you, they're gaining the strength to do something that they were not allowed to do before. And it literally could be the strength is so strong that they will cancel out that fear, that problem of sneaky behavior, that literally might be gone because of the strength. Either way, this person is gaining courage and strength and wisdom, even if they are a page. The reason why they want to move forward with you in your life. Again, under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, 5 of Wands, we have here a whole lot of people that are not happy about this connection. We have rumors, jealousy, petty arguments, disagreements, things like that with other people, or sometimes even the both of you. This card can talk about both. But seeing how they're being a bit sneaky here, this most likely would indicate that there's other people involved who are creating problems and creating a rift between the both of you in this connection. This may not just be related to you, but other people who are causing problems, external influences. Let's have a look at what the angels have to say about this. Is this person going to reach out to you guys? I do see that. Just understand it's not going to be as very bold as you thought, but any effort is good effort. Even if it is a page. Any effort is good effort. If you feel comfortable, if you feel safe, go ahead with it. If you feel that this is just too many lies, lies upon lies, then think about it. I don't think it's worth it then. And that's up to you guys, because you also have other people here that are causing problems too. And those other people usually never keep their mouth shut. Typically, people are not happy if you're happy. All right, let's have a look at what the angels have to say about this. These messages are brought to you by archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel, as well as Uriel. All right, get more information. So that's a good card to have. That does indicate that there's a lack of information that you have. So you need to get a little bit more in order to understand the situation better. We have here remain positive. Not bad. Oh, wow. Okay, so you have here also big happy changes followed by romance. You have double confirmation that this is a past life connection. And that's why, Leo, it may hurt some people a lot, the type of bond that you have. Have a look at my other channel, Asnointia Audio, which is my other YouTube channel. You'll see the link below. I have 2 videos that may seem really interesting to you. In fact, 3 actually. One is related to negative energy and what and who they are. Also, how to get rid of negative energy. I have that there too. It's all about getting that positive energy inside of you and letting go of all this negative energy, how to do that, and what you need to do to avoid such things. Now, also, I just wanted to mention on that channel, I have another video on past life and spiritual connections. One is called Past Life Spiritual Connections. The other is called Sensually Intense Spiritual Connections. Have a look at those, because those two will make more sense when you see those videos. It's more of audio recordings. You'll understand more about this type of a connection because it's a very intense one. Here you have a lot going on. Get more information. This means that there's a lack of information that you have right now. There's certain things that you don't know about this person. There's certain things you don't know about the type of connection that this is. You will be receiving information in the coming future. They do want you to wait, so take it easy and don't rush into things. But in the meantime, try to get more information. How are you going to get this? Ask for help from others. You're going to be getting help from other people. And eventually you will be able to listen to your own intuition and get the answers that you need. And getting that information, you will be receiving information intuitively after you ask for help from others. We also have here remain positive, because there are going to be big happy changes. There's going to be changes, they're going to be big, and you're going to be happy about it. Very good. There's going to be a spiritually based romantic connection. Now, for a small portion of you, this literally, because it's changes, this literally could be somebody brand new who comes into your life. This too, this individual, is a soulmate, karmic partner, twin flame. Could be a spiritual connection. Most likely it is. 100% of the time, I've always seen that people have a past life connection. That's a spiritual one in nature, which is always past life. And I do past life readings right now. They're on pause. But if you are interested, you could just send me an email and I'll put your name on the list. And whenever they're open, I can contact you. So it is important to note here that the spiritual connection is not just limited to the person that you're with right now. You literally could have a connection with somebody else. And that is very normal. And it could be from anywhere around the world. They could be from anywhere. It sounds weird, but within our galaxy. I've done readings like that too. It's kind of weird. But we come from many places. And the souls that meet in this lifetime may have been together somewhere else back then. Sometimes even future life readings I've done, where you haven't been together yet. You don't have history spiritually, but you will have history in the far future. Those are future life readings. It's very rare, but it does happen. It's not like I go out looking for them. It's when customers come to me, it turns out, oh, you don't have a past life connection. You were meant to be together 200 years in the future from now. That's how that works. Here we also have choose a new direction. So choosing a new direction here is going to come only after you ask for help from others, because you're going to gain some insight and gain some clarity and information on a particular topic about the particular individual you're dealing with, the solution you're going to find. And choosing a new direction here, your destination is still the same, but your approach, your route, your road, your pathway, getting there is different. It's going to be different. So here, try a different approach, try a different method in order to get a different result. If you do the same thing, what is that? The definition of insanity is repeating the same thing over and over again and getting the same result. I don't know. I'm probably saying that backwards. But this is what this card talks about. Do something different. Try the method differently in order to get a different result. And then you will see the positive changes right there, the happy positive changes, because you tried things a little differently. Now, how are you going to know what to do? By talking to other people, getting that information, and finally listening to your intuition. This is a really good reading, guys. You have a very good message here from the angels that are giving a very clear message. But the one thing is, you can't rush into this. They are telling you to wait. Now, wait for this individual, the old and the new, for things to change. But in the meantime, still get the information from others. That's still important. So this is your homework right here. And your other person of interest will eventually come into your life. This could be someone brand new. This could still be the same person you're dealing with right in the beginning. And that's your reading. I hope I was able to provide you with some clarity and some guidance in your situation. Do let me know in the comments below if any of this has resonated. I know it was a bit specific. Some of the cards were very, very specific. So it was almost, I have to admit, it was almost like a personal reading. But I know that this is a general love reading. And I only am able to focus in on the mass majority of what people are feeling. So if there's literally like 100,000 people feeling one way, if there's like 5,000 feeling the other way, I will automatically be tuning into the ones that have more energy regarding a certain topic and not the 5,000. So, just bear with me if some of this resonated with you. That's great. I hope everything turns out for all of you. If it doesn't, just take what did resonate and just dismiss the rest, because that at this point in time is not resonating for you. It's not meant for you as a message. All right, Leo, you all take care. Stay safe. I will see you guys again. Bye-bye now.